Alhamdulillah wa salatu wa salam ala rasulillah ma ba'd. The question is asking, if a person was to do ghusl for the deceased, are they supposed to do ghusl themselves because they've had something like this, or is it that they perform wudhu? They'd like clarification on this. Now, the majority of the ulama, and this is not just from the madhahib but also from the companions, including Aisha radiallahu anha, Ibn Umar, Abu Huraira, and a view that's been narrated to Ibn Abbas as well, that they have, and from the madhabs as well. So now we've got the madhabs of the Hanafis and the Malikis and the Shafi'is, and a view from the Hanbali madhab, is that it is recommended and mustahab, that if a person performs ghusl for the deceased, that they go away and do ghusl themselves. And if you have carried the deceased to the place of burial, that they go away afterwards, they perform wudu. The Prophet ﷺ said in a hadith which has been reported by Abu Dawud and Tirmidhi, many of the ulama have said that it is Hasan, some of the ulama have said that this hadith is Sahih. Man ghassala mayyitan falyaghtasil, whoever performs the ghusl for the mayyit, for the person that's passed away, then they should go away and do ghusl. وَمَنْ حَمَلَهُ فَلْيَتَوَضَّأ, and whoever's carried the deceased, then they should make wudu. Now, the reason why we know that this is not wajib, now some of the ulama have said that this is wajib. This is the view that some of the Hanabila, and it is the view which has been attributed to Abdullah ibn Abbas, even though he says something else as well. It's the view of the Zahiriyah. The reason why we know that it is not wajib, because a narration from Abdullah ibn Abbas himself, he said, radiallahu anh, if a person has performed the ghusl upon the deceased, and he's not able to do the ghusl, then فَحَسْبُكُمْ أَن تَغْسِلُوا أَيْدِيكُمْ, and it's enough for you just to wash your hands. Now here, just want to mention a side note. We had a recent clip about the ghusl for the deceased. The Hanafis have actually been very strict on this, and they have said when the person passes away, parts of their body can then become najis, such as the hair, etc. Therefore, it is heavily emphasized that the person then goes away and does ghusl or wudu, or at the very least wash their hands. But here in this narration from Abdullah ibn Abbas, فَإِنَّ مَيِّتَكُمْ لَيْسَ بِنَجِسٍ, meaning the person that's passed away, they're not najis. They are Banu Adam, and Banu Adam doesn't become najis. Him in himself, he doesn't become najis. Also, we have a narration from Abdullah ibn Umar, كُنَّا نَغْتَسِلُ الْمَيِّتِ, we used to wash the deceased, فَمِنَّا مَنْ يَغْتَسِلُ وَمِنَّا مَنْ لَا يَغْتَسِلُ. Some of us used to go away and do the ghusl after washing the deceased, and some of us didn't. Therefore, what we're saying here is that the correct view is that if a person was to do the ghusl, then they should do ghusl afterwards, if they are able to do so. If they are not, then they should do wudu. If they're not able to do that either, then just wash your hands and this is sufficient. And this is not because you've got something najis on you, and this is not because you have broken your purification, that you've entered in a state of janaba, or that you're breaking wudu. No, this is not the case. It's because the person would then purify himself. That's all it is, basically. And the same thing for the person who is carrying the bear, meaning they don't go away and do ghusl, but they go away and do wudu if they are able to do so. If not, then washing your hands is sufficient. Bi'awnillah. There's another view from some of the ulama, is that they've said that you should do ghusl before you wash the deceased. So some of them have said that it's mustahab for you to do ghusl before, ghusl after, and if you're not able to do any of those things, then do wudu or wash your hands. As for the person who's carrying the bear, then there is no ghusl for that person, either before or after, but just to make wudu afterwards, and if they're not able to do so, then they wash their hands. For me, what seems to be correct, the ghusl before is not necessary, and it's not even supported, really. But what we have here from the majority is doing ghusl after you've done ghusl for the deceased, and washing your hands if you're not able to do so, and wudu after you've carried the bear, and washing your hands if you're not able to do so. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that He has mercy on those who have passed away, and that He has mercy on us when we go through what they are going through. Allahu a'lam wa sallallahu ala Muhammad.